Sorry. I should have stolen my water. Right, anyway, welcome to the next run workout. So you're going to go out running, maybe on a treadmill or outside, and I'm going to be just here with you inside. We're going to start with a warm up, and then I'll talk you through how you're going to do the run as you go. So let's warm up. We're going to start with some heel toe rocks. So let's just lift your heels, and then lift your toes, lift your heels, and then lift your toes, lifting the heels to warm up the calves, lifting the toes to warm up the shins. So the lower body that's really getting some of the impact from the running. Let's see if I can get this a bit of a, let's get you to see what's going on. Looped. Never ever skip the warm up, especially with a high impact thing like a run. So we want to make sure we do this injury free. Dynamic calf and hamstring stretch with your right leg. So push your right leg back and then kick. So push your heel towards the floor and then kick it up. You're going to feel a stretch in the back of the calf, which is this part here, and then it's stretched into the back of the leg here. So just press back and lift as tolerated. So it wants to be where it's quite comfortable, not painful. It's just a bit of a stretch and a pull, and then releasing. Switch your legs. So I know it's so easy to just go out on a run and be like, oh, I've got no time, I just want to go from scratch. But we need to get your muscles warm and kind of pliable, ready for the impact. You need to get your lungs and your heart rate as well. They're like muscles that need to get ready to go. So you don't just go from like nothing to going, and that means you're less likely to get an injury and you're more likely to get a more decent workout. So we always warm up, yes. Lateral lunge with a twist. Take your feet out wide, lunge to one side, twist out in the same direction. So bend one knee, twist the same way. So bending left knee, twisting out to your left. Bending right knee, twisting out to your right. So just warming up the upper body, getting some rotations for when we want the body to naturally kind of twist as we run. And warming up into the inside inner thighs and inside hips. Work to your range. Nice, perfect. So find some balance. You're going to take your right leg out to the side and then cross. Out to the side and then cross. You can hold on to something for balance if you need. If you can, don't, because that's going to also just help to warm up your kind of ankle. All of it says ankle mobility. Ankle, like the muscles that hold your ankle in place. Ankle. Bam, 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 bam. And switching sides. So over to the left and then across. So yes, we're working a little bit on the stability, the stabilizing muscles. That's what I wanted to go for before. But also having a little squeeze of the side of your bum and the inside of the hip. Pow. So really want to activate this side bum to help keep our knees safe as we run. Knees and hips. Bam, 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 bam. Quadriceps RDL, that means you're going to pick up one foot as if you're going to stretch your quads, tip forward, and then just stand up and switch your legs. And then switch again. So what you're looking to feel again is a quick stretch in the quad. The quad is the front of your thigh. And then as you tip forward, the supporting leg, you'll feel it in the hamstring. So again, just gradually lengthening the muscles. Again, this should be really comfortable, something that's really tolerable. And heel toe rocks again, round 2 of 3. Lifting the heels, lifting the toes. Lifting heels and lifting toes. Now maybe you want to try this round going a little bit either slower, so you maybe got more time, so you're not just kind of using momentum to get up and down, but actually feeling the squeeze of your calves. Check that your feet and heels aren't rolling outwards to the side, but lifting straight up. Dynamic calf and hamstring stretch. Press back, kick, press back, and kick. So your muscles are hopefully feeling just a little bit warmer. You might be able to step back a little bit further. Maybe you can kick a little bit higher. And this is round 2 of 3. I'm falling over. Round 2 of 3, so it shouldn't be, again, you're not crazy warm yet, but you're getting there, getting on the way. So you're looking for improved range, and hopefully by round 3, you're pretty much at full range. Switch your legs. So as you go on your run, I'm going to be describing everything to you in a scale of 1 to 10. 1 would be resting, 10 is your absolute maximum effort. The higher the number, the less time you can hold it for. That's just fact. That doesn't matter if how strong or fit you are. You could be an Olympian. Your 10 out of 10 might look different to a beginner's 10 out of 10 in terms of speed, but it feels the same. Lateral lunge with a twist. Take your feet up wide. Maybe you want to get your feet wider. Push your hips back maybe a little bit further. Maybe you can reach one hand down to the floor. Maybe you're not quite there yet. If you're reaching down to the floor, make sure you're getting there by sinking the hips back and down rather than folding forwards. Nice, perfect. Triple pulse this time with the legs. So you're out to the side, 3 and 2 and 1, and then across the body. But 3 and 2 and 1, and then come across. Make sure it's squeezy. And you really feel that contraction of the side of your bum. So as you go through, we're going through your rests. When you need to go, describing how it should feel. If you need to take bonus breaks, that's okay. Sometimes we misjudge it. Switch sides. Triple pulse. Oops. And then pull it across. Triple pulse in 3, in 2, in 1. We're going to be traveling quite a lot of distance today. I say we. I'm going to be here in my living room, just coaching you through it. But I'm hoping you'll be traveling a decent amount of ground. And yet this should be more interesting and more effective for your training than if you were to just go around on a fully steady state. Quad stretch ideal, just the right leg. So pick up one foot, tip forward, and then stand up. And then either keep hold of the foot and go again, or if you're a little bit wobbly, you need to let go of the foot, then fine. Let go, pick it up again, and tip. Oops. I think I said round 2 or 3, by the way. Just 2 rounds. Switch your legs. What I'm hoping you feel already is that your body just feels a little bit looser, a little bit warmer. Your breathing shouldn't be like really high, but it should have just stepped up a little bit from when you're resting. As you see, I can still hold a conversation, but it's just that it's just increased a little bit. That's right, going into single leg skips with the butt kick. So you're going to skip, 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 lift, skip, 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 lift. And what I mean by skip, almost like if you had jump ropes, you're just jumping light on the balls of your feet, then kicking your heel towards your butt. So again, just warming up the, hang on, change that to a high knee, lift the knee, skip, 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 lift, skip, 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 lift. So yeah, warming up the calves a little bit more. They're already a little bit warm, and now we're just getting a little bit more impact in, not as high as running. And your heart rate now should start to jump up a little bit higher. Squat on your heel lift, squat down, lift your heels. Squat down, lift your heels. Maybe you want to pause in the squat, maybe press the knees out a little bit, have a little pause, release the back, lift your heels. Again, kind of it is your warm up. So anything you feel would benefit you, or just keep on just squatting and lifting. Going again to the skips. Try and do less skips. Go skip, skip, lift, skip, skip, lift. 1, 2, lift. Lift, 1, 2, lift. Can you kick your own butt? Bam, bam. And maybe even try the runner's arms as well. So opposite arm and leg going. Other knee. Lift, lift. So if you're lifting your left knee to your right arm, that goes. Bam, bam. How's the heart rate? Should be feeling a little bit puffed. Squat in heel lift. Squat down, lift your heels. How does this feel compared to the first round? Make sure you're really pushing your hips right back. Keep your spine nice and long. Now just butt kicks. Kick heels towards butt. You can step it out if you need low impact, but if you do need low impact, you probably shouldn't be going on a run. this on a bike, I don't know. High knees, your knees up towards your chest. And again, you can step it out if you do need to. But again, if it is running that you're doing, don't do it until you can take the impact here. Butt kicks again, trying to kick your own butt. Your heart rate now, the reason I've stopped is because if I was to keep going, I would be really, really breathless. That's what you're looking for. High knees again, trying to lift your knees a little bit higher, trying to get them hip height or above hip height. So really pull, even if it means going a little bit slower. And then do 10 seconds of butt kicks as high and as fast as you can. Go! You're looking to get yourself really, really puffed out by the end of this. Really, really puffed to go, 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 go a little bit faster than you're already going. High knees, same deal. Looking for height and for speed. Go, 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 go. Guaranteed go a little bit faster. Give it a go. 3 seconds. In 2 and 1. Nice. Well done. Walk it out, grab some water. You've got 30 seconds just to walk. Whenever we come to a walk, we're always going to be at a 4 out of 10. So 4 out of 10 means it's your commuter walk. It's your, I'm in a rush walk. I'm trying to get somewhere with a bit of purpose walk. It's not your, I'm by the beach, I'm going for a stroll walk. So it's a intentional walk. If you do need to pause here because you're not outside or you're not ready to go, have a pause and then start again when you're ready. Coming into a gentle jog of a 5 out of 10. You are here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So it's a really gentle jog. And again, if you have needed to pause it a little bit, have a little pause to make sure you're safe. If you ever find if you're running at night, be careful. If you're running near roads, be careful. If I'm telling you to go, but you need to cross the road, obviously cross safely instead of just going for it, because I've said to, you can always pause. If you miss out on something, then it's fine. You maybe change your route the next time. But at the moment, just settling into the jog, really gentle jog. So your 5 out of 10 is a conversational jog. So it's conversational. You should be able to chat back to me now. We could talk about what's on the telly. We could talk about what we did at the weekend. Your breathing is elevated, so maybe your sentences are a little bit shorter than normal, but you can still go. You're already halfway, you've got 1 minute to go. So in your jog, just make sure you start to relax through the shoulders. So maybe give them a few rolls up, back and down. Shake off the wrists a little bit. Make sure you're not clenching your hands or flexing the hands, but just really relaxing the hands. And then just let your upper body kind of twist a little bit side to side. Let it just twist and rotate. Relax the muscles in your face as well. Make sure you're not really tensing out. Like, wow, good, we're good, we're good. This is all right. You've got about another 20 seconds here. Then you're going to be running for 2 minutes at an intensity of like a 6 out of 10. So what that is just a bit harder and faster. You're currently at a jog and it's a little bit closer to your run speed. It's not a fast run speed. So it's a run speed with shorter conversations. You're going in 3, 2, and 1. And you're here for 2 minutes. So I want to see a noticeable increase in speed. If I was to be there training you, I want to see the pickup in the pace. Not just for the first 10 seconds, but I want you to find it and then maintain it for 2 minutes. This should be really doable. Again, unless you're kind of newer to running, in which case this is going to be already a 6-minute block of you just kind of continuously running. So you might find it is a bit too much and you need to take some extra breaks. That is completely fine. This is a definite endurance start that we're going for. So if you're not used to this training, again, don't be disheartened if you need to take bonus pauses. We've increased the speed. See if you can lift your heels up a little bit closer towards your butt. So really lift your heels upwards. Not keeping the feet really close to the floor. It's not like a power walk, but you actually do lift your heels. That's going to help you get a little bit extra rotation through your trunk, through your torso. Maybe opening out the stride a little bit. Already halfway. And at the end of this minute, you're going to come back to a 2-minute jog at 5 out of 10. So don't go too hard out the gate here. We've got lots of time for this to be increasing in intensity. But just hold on to that slight increased pace. Start regulating your breathing. You kind of want to breathe in through the nose and through the mouth and breathe out through the mouth. But find a rhythm in your breath. So be mindful if you are panting. And instead just try and find a rhythm. And that's going to help you continue to go, because we are not stopping for a walk for a long time. No planned walks. Say there's nothing wrong if you need to take a walk. It just means you take a walk, you join back in when you can, but there's no planned walks if you can avoid it. So in about 6 seconds time, I want to see a deceleration in your pace. So we're coming back to the 5 out of 10. So we're still kind of thinking of like almost warming up into the run. So we've not done anything too challenging yet. That's the goal. So you're really warm. Your lungs are now feeling really like settled in. You've got the rhythm in your breathing. Got that kind of relaxed movement through the upper body. A gentle twist of the torso. Still thinking about kind of lifting the heels as you go. And trying to land your foot towards the front of the foot. So rather than the heel. It doesn't always matter if you're landing on the heel. It's more about if you're landing in the heel and reaching really far out in front of you. Then it's almost like you've stuck your legs out as a bit of a break, and then pushing back, and that can be very high impact through your joints, through your body. That's when you can start to get injuries. So instead, you almost want to think of your foot landing just in front of you, and then pushing the floor away backwards. So it lands just in front and pushes away. And if you start thinking about landing your foot towards the mid to front foot, that can normally get that heel strike landing in a good place. You're already over halfway here. So everything's been for line said 90 seconds, but it's actually been 2 minutes. The next efforts are going to be 90 seconds each. We are going to be scaling up a little bit more, but always returning back down to this 5. So there's quite a lot of time still always running at the 5s and the 6 at the comfortable paces. Like I said, today is quite a lot at the start anyway about your endurance, your ability to just endure something for a sustained period rather than kind of interval training where you're going fast, slow, or fast, stop, fast, stop. So I've got another 10 seconds, and then you're going to want to see a noticeable increase to a 6. Don't go crazy. Don't go much further than a 6 or faster than a 6. Just a bit of an increase in intensity with room to go higher. So it's fine that 6 out of 10, you're here for 90 seconds. So it's a little bit shorter time. But after this, I'm looking for you to bump it up a little bit higher again. So if you're thinking if you're driving in the car, you've been driving along at kind of gear 3. And then after this, you're going to go into gear 4. Kapow. Adjust the pace. You've got a little bit faster. Make sure you've got not broken out into a sprint. No one can physically sprint for much longer than about 10 seconds. So no one should be at a sprint here. It's just a bit of a faster run than a jog, but it's not your fast run. That's to come. Lifting the heels a little bit more. Making sure your foot strike position is good. And finding the rhythm in your breathing. In through nose and mouth, out through mouth. If you could manage it just in through the nose, then go there. If not, in through the nose and the mouth. I want some of the breath to go in through the nose if you can, as that's the most direct way to go to the lungs. Otherwise, some of the breath goes to the belly. I want to get it into the lungs, go straight to the muscles in the body to help you run further and faster, because that's what's coming. In 15 seconds time, you're going to push it up a notch to 7 out of 10. Again, 7 out of 10 is your fast running speed. Maybe at your race pace. So let's see, an increase in speed right from the start. Don't ever think about it. Don't hear me say, all right, go. And then you think, okay, I set myself up. And then go, literally as soon as you hear that buzzer, 3, 2, 1, boom, you're off. Don't let your brain think about it. Your brain can talk you out of so many things. Just go. So you're going now at something that's like your race pace. So race pace, competitively running, not sprinting, is something, again, you can sustain. You can sustain this for 90 seconds. It's going to be, again, uncomfortable 90 seconds. You should no longer really want to talk to me. If I were to talk to you, you would maybe hit me back with a couple of words like, this is fast. And that's it. Everything else, you're going to need to start using your breath fully to keep yourself going. You are halfway. At the end of this, you probably will feel like you want to come back down to either a really gentle jog or a walk, but the challenge is to get it back just to the 6 out of 10. So just a little bit slower. You've got 30 more seconds to go. How is your pace? Hoping that you haven't gone out too hard. We tend to, if we do anything, we tend to go out too slow. So just make sure you haven't slowed down either. So it should be a bit uncomfortable by this stage. You've been relatively comfortable until now, and now it should be getting to the point where you're like, oh, why did I choose to go for a run? 10 more seconds to go, then back to a 6 out of 10. Slow it down. 90 seconds, 6 out of 10. Slow it down. Don't slow it down too much. You're not at a jog. You're at a run. So that's going to be the hard thing again. The acceleration is quite hard. Sometimes it's harder on the way down. So this is the thing with the pyramid training, is that we're not just going up and right the way down, but the challenge is going down gradually. So 6 out of 10. So it's your run speed and not your jog speed. And that's okay if you, like, say, if you've got to that point where you're like, oh my God, I just jogged, I'll stop for a walk. It's fine, it's happened, it's done now. Just try and get it back as quickly as you can to your 6 out of 10. How you feeling? Should have covered a decent amount of ground. Maybe you've travelled quite far already. The next effort you're going for, it is 60 seconds each effort, and we're going to climb our way all the way up to an 8 out of 10. So it's going to be even harder, yes, on the way up, but more importantly, it's harder on the way down. This is one of those things, if you were on a treadmill, you can literally select a pace and it forces you to maintain it. You've almost got to picture that if you are outside running and being like, okay, no, I have to go a little bit harder than I want to. The good news after this one is you get to walk after this effort for 2 whole minutes. 2 whole minute walk. So, not going yet though. Still got time to chill and wind down. Bum, 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 bum. Back to your jog. 5 out of 10. Bum-a-dum. Now, using this jog now, so your heart rate in the 6 out of 10 should have come down to something that was, quite reasonable again. It spiked. Now it's quite reasonable. And then after this 5 out of 10, you should feel like you're like, cool, I'm completely in control of my breathing. So round about now, I'm hoping that you're feeling like, no, I've got a real good rhythm, not feeling like overworked. Your legs are starting to feel a bit more normal. If they start to burn a bit, they're starting to feel a little bit more normal. And now it's starting to kind of psych yourself up for finding 8 out of 10. So yeah, you're going to go all the way up and then all the way down to an 8 out of 10 before you get that 2 minute walk. I maybe shouldn't have mentioned it as if it was in the really, really near future. It kind of is compared to how far you've gone. It is definitely in the near future, but it is still a decent chunk away. So you've got 30 seconds now to, again, just like shake it off. Gentle jog, something that we're now having a conversation. Again, you could chat back to me. You could say how much you love me, how much you hate me. And again, starting to mentally tell yourself that you're going to go really well on this next effort. Out of thing. Because every little thing is going to be okay. Say don't worry about a thing. Right, we're going to do 6 out of 10. So you're going from you accelerated from your jog back to your run. You have been here many times before. You know how the run feels. It's not your fast run. It's just your run pace. It's kind of the pace that you would do, like if you were being like, I'm going to go for a run without trying too hard. Just going out for a run, just going to go around for a run around the block or run for a 5K, 2K, 3K, 10K, whatever it is, the kind of distances you normally do. This one is okay. It's going to be the 7, the 8, and then back down to the 7 that you're going to feel fairly disgusting, very challenged. If you don't find those, that challenge, that intensity, you've got to try and will yourself to go a little bit faster. Think it in your head and your body will naturally follow. A minute each effort. A minute. Bad thing. Right, it's coming up, and it will increase to your race pace. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. So it's your fast run. It's not that you couldn't say a single word. You're not at a sprint. Again, it's not possible to sprint much longer than 10 minutes. 10 minutes! Excuse me, 10 seconds. But it is pretty fast. It's decently fast. If it's a little bit competitive, if you were trying to run with someone, they're starting to maybe you're challenging each other on the pace. Now, just because you've sped up, you're looking to speed up the leg speed a little bit, lift the heels a little bit more, push the ground away a little bit harder. So in your lower body, you're starting to really go a little bit harder. Your upper body, try and keep it relaxed. So if you think about a duck or a swan on water, and then above the water, all you see is like grace, but under the water, they're kind of paddling their legs to really go. That's what you are right now. So your upper body, it's really relaxed. Your legs are starting to go for it, and you've got to pump yourself up now for an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, you should maximum really be able to get out one word to me. So let's go, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. This is your really, really fast run. This is if you were thinking of running in a race, you were thinking about the final stretch, but without being the actual sprint. So it's starting to really start to accelerate the legs. And again, just notice if you tensed up, try and relax the upper body. Notice if your breathing is starting hyperventilating, and still try and keep that rhythm. It will be a deeper breath, and it probably will be a faster breath as well. Just try not to make it too out of control, so you can actually breathe with intention. You're well over halfway. You've got 20 seconds to go. Have you slowed down? Chances are yes. Try and speed it up again. Kick up the pace a little bit more for another 15 seconds. After that 15 seconds, do not think you're getting down to a walk. You're working your way gradually down again. So coming back to that 7 out of 10, and that's not going to feel, the 7 out of 10 before felt one way. It's going to feel different for probably the first 15 to 30 seconds. So let's go back to 7 out of 10. Slow it down a little bit. It's not your run pace, it's your race pace. There's still intensity behind it. 7 out of 10, you are going to start doing this, and your heart rate will not actually yet come down with you. Your heart rate is still going to be increasing from your 8 out of 10. Even though your speed has slowed down, your heart rate is still going to be elevating. But now you're going to try and really control your breath again to try and make it so that it starts to get a bit more under control. It's still pacey. It's definitely not your jog. It's definitely still a fast race pace run. And again, if you need to start picturing someone, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's an enemy, maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's a partner, maybe it's anyone, it's a total stranger. Maybe you genuinely have someone that's running near you and you want to go faster. So just keeping up a decent pace. And then in about 5 seconds time, you're going to come back down to your 6 out of 10, still a run and not a jog. Yeah, 6 out of 10, still a run and not a jog. Decelerate it a little bit. Again, your heart rate will take some time to catch up with you. So when you accelerate, your heart rate doesn't go sky high until a bit later. Same as when you decelerate, it doesn't come down immediately. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of leeway, a little bit of something. Sometimes words aren't my friend. But around about now, you're just coming up to the halfway mark at 6 out of 10. So you're about 30 seconds in, and now your heart rate should be kind of working its way down a little bit more. Again, get to the point where you might want to say, if you were doing this with someone else, and say, oh my God, that was hideous. Did not enjoy that. Pyramid training, so not fun. I need to sneeze. Sorry, in 15 seconds, you come back down to your 5. Excuse me. So coming back down to your 5 out of 10, your gentle jog. By this stage, like I said, you've been running for a really long time. You're probably quite desperate for a walk, and it is coming at the end of this minute. So keep yourself, just keep it in a jog if you can. Again, if you've had bonus breaks, it's not the end of the world. What's the worst thing that happened is you took some bonus breaks. And then next time, maybe you take less bonus breaks. And then each time you take less bonus breaks until you can do it. And then when you can do it, you can start doing it further or faster or better technique. Got 30 more seconds and you got a nice long walk. I will be really interested, by the way, when we get to the end of this to see how far people have traveled. Because like I say, that was a long chunk of just continuous jog or running without any walking break. So you're probably way far away. If you've done a loop, I probably should have told you to turn back at some stage, but you'll find your way, I'm sure. Right, coming down to a walk. And it's not a gentle jog. It is a commuter walk. It is a walk with intention. It's a walk with, while you're walking, not jogging, still trying to travel as far as you can at a walk pace. You're here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, basically, to really get your heart rate fully under control, because you have still got one more pyramid to go. So this pyramid, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to start on a 5, go to a 6, go to a 7, go to an 8. But then you're going to find your 9 out of 10. And 9 out of 10 is nearly your absolute maximum effort. 10 out of 10 is your max. 10 out of 10, you couldn't go any faster or any harder. 9 out of 10 is not too far below that. And then your 9 out of 10 after that, of course, you're going back down the other side, 8, 7, 6, 5. This is a lot of high intensity. It's only over 30 seconds at each one. So it's that you're there for much less time. But it's still 4.5 minutes, where probably at least half of that is going to feel horrible. So this is why I need your heart rate to come down much more under control now. Need your legs to feel much more normal now, like they feel ready to go again. So that's why the rest here is almost as important. We did a lot of endurance. We're starting to push to a slightly higher intensity. Only 30 seconds. And I say only 30 seconds, but due to the speed, it's going to feel much longer than that. How is your breathing? Do you feel ready to go? Pump yourself up. Big yourself up. Be like, yes, I can do this. I'm strong. I'm confident. The fact that you're able to come this far, you're amazing. Always tell yourself positive things. It's every little thing. It's gonna be all right. Right, are you ready? 30 seconds of 5 out of 10. Just a jog. Don't go out for your sprint. Don't go out sprinting. Just a jog. 5 out of 10. Again, a real big mental prep for what's going to come. And you know how this feels because you've already done it. You've done it 3 times already. But this is going to be the highest intensity. It's the fastest you will have gone. In about 5 seconds time, you're increasing to your 6 out of 10. It is your run rather than your jog. So let's go. Let's see an increase in speed. 30 seconds increase it just a little bit faster. Try and pull the reins in a little bit. Like, don't go a little bit faster. Don't go to maximum effort. We need you to have room to improve into. So you don't want to go, you need to kind of learn to control where you're at, that you don't just go bam, bam, 2 speeds. You've got all these different gears. So if you were, again, like on your jog, say like the kind of gear 2, coming into gear 3, next one's going to be gear 4, 7 out of 10. It's where it's your race pace. It's fast. It is fast. It's something you can sustain for a decent chunk of time. By the way, after this whole effort, you do get to walk again. So it's something you can absolutely sustain, and it's something you can also improve and go faster from. Check that your stride, check it's a little bit faster. Check that you've not tensed up your upper body. We need to keep your upper body pretty relaxed here. The more relaxed, the more you kind of twist and rotation you get in the torso, and actually then you can move a little bit faster with your legs. Increase it. 8 out of 10. Your 8 out of 10 is absolutely not a sprint. Your 10 out of 10 is a sprint. You still got higher, but you are in a decent gear 5. Oh, it is fast. It is pacey. If someone were to see you running, it might make them kind of catch their eye because it's faster than what you would do at a race pace. It's faster than what you would sustain for a long amount of time. It is a very fast run, but you have got room to go a bit faster. 9 out of 10 in 3, 2, 1. Right, go, 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 go. 9 out of 10. Do not hold back. Don't hold back. You almost definitely won't find 10 out of 10. It's hard to find that with everything we've just done before, but really try and run fast as you can. Keep the upper body. Keep it relaxed. Don't suddenly go really, really tense. Already halfway. After this, unfortunately, you come back down to the 8 out of 10. You're really not going to want to do that, but start to, if anything, pull back your 9 rather than pull back your 8. The recoveries in this is as important. So back to an 8 out of 10. 30 seconds. Just think it's 30 seconds. Within about 90 seconds time, your heart rate is going to feel so much more normal. At the moment, it should be beating out your chest so hard. So it's still a very fast run. It's faster than your race pace. It's still very, very intentional. Your heart rate is probably still climbing from that 9 out of 10. You're probably still feeling a bit like, oh my God, can't believe I just did that. But it's on the way down. You've done the hardest bit. It's on the way down. You're well over the edge. After this, you're coming back to the 7 out of 10. It is your race pace. It's still pacey. All right, 7 out of 10. So slow it down a little bit, not too much. Slow it down a little bit, not too much. This is a real challenge of kind of like testing your ability to not stop. Oh, much easier. I appreciate it's easy for me to say when I'm just standing here, but I have done this. I know how it feels. I know exactly how you feel right now. You want to stop, you want to walk, but you're not going to walk. You can do this. It's 8 out of 10, and then you're back to a more gentle run. It's not a jog, but it's a run. In 3, in 2, and 1. 6 out of 10. Just a little decrease in the pace without slowing all the way down to a jog. If you feel like you're jogging, just try and will yourself to go a little bit faster. Regain control of your breathing. Your breathing would have gone through the roof there. Your lungs, your heart were absolutely going. They're tested close to your maximum limit. So try and get yourself closer to resting now. And coming back to your gentle jog, 5 out of 10. Oh yeah, gentle jog, really nice, easy pace, really, really comfortable. By the end of this, you'd be like, cool, I could stop, I could chat, I could walk, I could chat, I could walk, chat, I could walk. And you're going to stay here for a little bit longer. So, for my more advanced runners, I want you to stay at your 5 out of 10, please. For everyone else, if you want to come to a walk, come back to a walk now. An intentional walk, a pacey walk, and not a relaxing walk, unfortunately. So far, we have tested your endurance. So just running for like quite long periods. And we're going to finish with some Tabata intervals. And if you've heard of Tabata before, there's a chance you've done it, but not necessarily in the way it was intended or designed. So Tabata is 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. And you do that 8 times. It's 4 minutes of effort. And after that 4 minutes, I promise you are done. The thing with the 20 seconds is that you want to be between about 8 or 9 out of 10 of your maximum effort. So very, very close to your sprint. It's never a jog. It's never a run. You only ever get a 10-second break. It feels disgusting the entire time. And after the 10 seconds, you're like, well, I'm not recovered, but you go again. So if you can, back into a gentle jog now. And then we're going to that first 20-second effort. Think 8 or 9 out of 10. Just go, 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 go. It's 20 seconds only. 20 seconds to fully go. Whenever I've done this outside, by the way, I tend to just go in one direction. And then at the end of the 20 seconds, I turn around, stop, I walk, and then go back and try and match or beat my distance that I just did. That's just something I do. Up to you. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Only 10 seconds to rest. That's 1 down. You've got 7 to go. Oh, this is really, really hard. Going again. 8 or 9 out of 10. Go, go, go. 20 seconds. This is time to pretty much feel like you're sprinting the entire time of this 4 minutes. You never really feel like you'll catch your breath. Just go, go, go and see if you can match or beat your distance. Got another 3 seconds to go. 2 and 1, and you absolutely can come to a walk in between. In fact, I encourage a walk in between. Probably not a dead stop. If you dead stop, it doesn't actually aid your recovery. So just a bit of a walk. And then let's go. Effort 3 of 8. Notice, did you just start a bit slower because you were like, oh my God, but I'm already tired? And try and go that same intensity as your first one. In the end, by the way, they might not be the same speed, but I want them to feel the same intensity. Get it back, walk it out. 3 down. You were nearly halfway. And once you finish this Tabata training, this is where after this you are going to be completely done apart from stretching. So let's go again. Effort 4 takes you to halfway. Again, you might not be covering the same distance, the same ground, but it wants to feel exactly the same in the body, where you're absolutely puffed out. You were really, really trying as hard as you think you can manage. It's not a jog. It's not a run. It's not quite a sprint, but it's very close to it. Yeah, walk it out. You're halfway. Tabata training is so good for building up your anaerobic capacity. Your anaerobic is when you're not quite getting enough oxygen. It's when it's something you can't do for a long time. Let's go. Effort 5 out of 8. Anaerobic training helps your aerobic training. Just improves your threshold. It improves your capacity, and it's also great for mental strength training as well because it's so uncomfortable. You're already well over halfway on this one. Keep it uncomfortable. 5 more seconds to go. 3 and 2 and 1. Walk it out. Oh, was that 6? Was that 6? You're about to start 6. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten. Oh, why did I do that? I kind of can never count past 5. Go, 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 go. 20 seconds. Only 20 seconds. I wish I knew when I could say when it was the last one. Bam, 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 bam. 5 seconds. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Okay, You might well know right now, and I'm more in the dark. So this is either about to be your 7th or about to be your 8th. Either way, I want you to pretend it's your last one. Just really go for it. Step it out of the bag. Pull out of the bag. Pull out of the bag. It is better that you go too hard on the penultimate one and then are a bit slower, but you found maximum intensity, rather than you go too easy twice because you weren't sure. So go out too hard. Go out too hard. Go harder than you want to go. Maybe you can't even get quite to the end of the 20 seconds. Come on, you've got 5 more seconds to go. Yeah. Hey, you got one more. I love that I got that reveal and you didn't. I'm pretty sure it's one more. This one absolutely maxed out. Again, I'd rather you don't quite make it to the end. Go, go, go. Think you are now racing for a sprint finish. You are neck and neck with someone that you want to beat. You are neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder. They have just accelerated, and now when you're trying to match their pace and then try and beat their pace. You come on, you got 4 seconds to hold on. 3, 2, and 1. I'm so sure it's done. Are you there thinking like, guys, I've been here for... Yeah, fab, cool. Right, just walk it out, recover. Ooh, sorry for my lack of... you won't even believe what I was doing. Just catch your breath, by the way. Just walk. And by the way, I don't even care what pace you walk at. You can be your Sunday stroll walk. You can be anything. I was actually genuinely counting on my fingers which effort we were at, and then I just got myself confused. Somehow that's how bad I am at counting. Just walk out now. Just breathe. Try and get your breathing back to normal. It should take a decent amount of time. It's probably going to take until closer to the end of the stretch. But you have to control your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you do, shake off your hands. Maybe with your mouth, like a kind of horse, like just relaxing your jaw, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your lips. And like a few rolls out through the shoulders. Take any tension that you might have just kind of picked up into the shoulders. And then we will stretch as we continue to let the heart rate come down. So just hold in place as you are. If you need to pause, we then do. And then just twist side to side, releasing your back. Really well done. Tabata training is disgusting. I have been to some gyms where they do Tabata training and it has things like planks or sit-ups, and that is not true Tabata. Tabata is just, I think, the name of the guy that invented it, but it was designed to be 80% of your maximal heart rate or above. Hence the 8 or 9 out of 10. Right, nice. Inner thigh stretch. Just take your feet wide, bend one knee and push your hips back, a bit like you did at the warm-up. It's just this time we're now going to hold. And then depending how warm you feel, feet wider. If you want to increase the stretch, or feet more narrow if you want to decrease. If you want to go lower, you can always put your hands to the floor. Maybe push the knee out. And again, just breathe. Heart rate's probably really high still. And switch your sides. Switch your sides. Switch sides. Can't believe I messed up my count. Oh no. How do you feel? That should have been a really, really challenging run. That should have really tested you. I would love to know things like if you do track anything, maybe how far you went. Maybe you got like a peak speed compared to normal. Just let me know. Let me know how you went. Stretch your quads, find your balance, pick up one foot, pull the heel towards the butt. Now at the same time here, squeeze your butt and really push your hips forward so you feel the stretch in the hip flexor as well. And keep really driving the hips forward like you're pushing into a wall as you pull your knee down, so you get all the way from the length of the quad to the hip flexor. Yes, some people go out just purely based on feel, not worrying too much about anything, and that's a really natural way of doing it. Switch your legs. Some people use stats, and that can actually see kind of like a difference. So yeah, if you have any stats, let me know. Maybe tag me in it. What am I? I'm at HIIT home workouts. I technically set up an account that was like _ home workouts as well, but then somehow got myself locked out, so now it's just a blank Instagram page. Keep pushing your hips forwards. Yeah, nice. Fold forwards. Just bend your knees and fold. You're looking to try and get your upper body against your thighs. Maybe you want to sway a little bit or relax your shoulders and head, but I recommend just holding and staying, stretching both hamstrings. And absolutely, your legs do not need to be straight here. Maybe they are, but you're looking for your long spine as well. So that normally means bent knees, so you can tilt the bum up and away. And then you're going to stretch your bum so you can either come up, back up to standing, stretch your butt across one leg over, or come do it down on the floor. Any butt stretch you would like, crossing the leg over here, or come into 1990. Here, just whatever feels good, just make sure you stretch out your bum, because hopefully your bum was one of the main muscles that was helping to propel you forwards. So it's pushing the floor backwards as you were going forwards. If your bum isn't the predominant muscle that you really feel, then start doing some more butt strength work. Switch your legs. Switch your legs to the other side. And hopefully now your breathing should be much, much closer to resting. Probably not at full resting yet, but much closer. Keep controlling it. Well done. And just relax, shake off. If there's anything else you feel like you want to stretch, please, of course, go and continue stretching. Stretching is really important. And nothing wrong with doing too much stretching as long as it feels good. But yeah, really, really, really well done. As always, give me feedback. Let me know how you got on. Let me know how you did. Let me know anything. And hopefully see you soon. Thank you so much for training with me.